Hey guys, welcome back to 234 in La Casa. So tonight we're going to be making taco pasta. It's a ground beef, simple dish that we're going to be making. I've already browned my ground beef. I'm using 7327. I've drained a lot of that fat content off and kept some of the rendering just for flavor. And so we're going to go ahead and start seasoning this ground beef for the taco pasta. Okay, so this is our taco pasta, and I went ahead and diced up some onion and just placed it in here and cooked it with the protein. You can use ground chicken for this recipe, or ground turkey, or a protein substitute if you would like. And so I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning this ground beef. And like I said, this is 7327 ground beef. I'm going to use Badia Taco Seasoning. This has no salt in it, okay? So it's a really good seasoning. I enjoy it. Has lots and lots of great flavors. Okay, and I'm just eyeballing my seasonings. I'm not measuring. Sorry, y'all, that's my beef broth that's going to go in here too. And then I'm going to add some Sazon seasoning, and of course this does have a high sodium content, and so you don't want to add that much, because we're also going to be using taco seasoning as well that has sodium. It has a lot of sodium in it as well. Okay. Okay, and then next I'm going to be using Old El Paso taco seasoning, the original. You can use whatever taco seasoning that you prefer, okay? And you can use as much of this or as little of this as you want to. I'm going to use the majority of the packet. I may use all of it, but you can use as little as 2 to 3 tablespoons of this if you would like to, or if you prefer to. I'm going to go ahead and turn the protein back on, like over medium heat. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our beef broth. And this is beef base, 3 teaspoons of beef base and 3 cups of water. And I boiled that to combine. And this is the beef base that I use. And we're just going to stir that together. And with this taco pasta dish, you can use any kind of pasta that you would like to use. You could use macaroni noodles, rotini. I'm going to use egg noodles for this dish. All right, and then we're going to add a can of Rotel, the original. And if you can add all the tomatoes and juice. I'm just going to add the juice because in my household, my kids don't like tomatoes. So I'm just going to strain the juice on through and get that added to the taco pasta. Okay, got the Rotel added. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this taco seasoning as well. Put a little bit of water in here and get the rest of that taco seasoning. Get that taco seasoning out of the pouch as well added. And so we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to add your preferred pasta to this. Okay, I'm going to stir this together, and the pasta that I'm going to be using is going to be these extra broad egg noodles. Okay, this has come to a boil, so we're going to go ahead and add our egg noodles. And this is a 12-ounce bag. I'm not going to add all of it, but I'll add the majority. This depends on how much pasta you prefer to have with yours, okay? And we're going to stir this in. Let me turn that temperature down. Just make sure you've got your pasta saturated into the taco sauce broth and beef broth. Yeah, it's so submerged in that broth. Okay, and I've got the temperature turned down to about medium low, and we're going to allow the pasta to cook in that broth for about 5 minutes. Okay guys, so it's been about 5 minutes and the pasta is al dente. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese. And I have this at room temperature and cut up. Okay, and you want to make sure you add your Velveeta at room temperature. It melts a lot easier. And if you have some whipped cream cheese or block cream cheese, you can go ahead and add some of that at this point as well. Maybe about 1 ounce or so. I don't have any, so I'm going to add some half and half to this to give it a little bit of creaminess as that Velveeta melts. And since I've added the Velveeta, I'm going to turn the temperature up on my stove. So instead of it being at medium low, I've got it at medium. And then this is the half and half I'm going to be using. And I'm going to add probably like 1/4 of a cup. And I may add more as we go, as it starts to melt and everything and get thicker. We may add some more, you know, milk, half and half, what have you along the way. Okay, now that this has been brought up to temperature, I'm gonna go ahead and turn, you wanna go ahead and turn your stove down off of the medium heat to medium low so that your cheese and your noodles don't scorch or burn as your Velveeta melts into the broth of the taco pasta dish, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stove down on medium low and allow the Velveeta to continue to melt. Okay, so all of the Velveeta has melted, and I'm gonna add some black pepper to this. I'm gonna turn that eye off for a minute. So I'm gonna add 2 pinches of black pepper, and I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the taco seasoning. I tasted it and it tastes like it needs just a little bit more taco. And I don't think that it needs any more salt or anything like that. And so I'm gonna stir that in. And you can add jalapeno to this too, if you would like. Okay, just to make sure all those seasonings are well combined. And you could add whole kernel corn to this too. Okay, and then now I'm gonna top this off with some freshly grated Colby Jack cheese. I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of parsley on top, not a lot. I wish I had some dried cilantro. I would put that on top, but anyway, so then we're just gonna place the lid on here and allow that cheese to melt from the heat of the taco pasta. Okay guys, so the taco pasta is ready, and I'm gonna get this jalapeno cornbread out of the oven. And all this is the Jiffy cornbread recipe that I have on my page already, and I just added some jalapeno liquid to the cornbread. I didn't add any jalapenos to it. My kids didn't want any. And then I also added some of the corn that I have a honey butter corn video that I put up yesterday, and the corn that was left from that, we had a little bit, I just added some of that to the cornbread as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this taco pasta plated up and cut the cornbread and give it a taste. Okay guys, so here you go. That's the cornbread with the corn and the jalapeno liquid, and then this is the taco pasta. Okay, and I topped it with Colby Jack cheese. Okay, see that? All right. This is good. This is a great dinner idea, just really quick. This was done in under 25 minutes. The cornbread took a little bit longer, you know, but the main part of the dish, because everybody doesn't eat cornbread, so your main dish is only going to take you about 25 minutes, and you can add some veggies in it as well, like by adding some corn into this main dish as well, if you would like to, okay? Or some bell pepper, which is a nice vegetable to add, and fresh jalapeno to add to it as well, okay? All right, well, this is excellent. I will see you all back here at 234 in La Casa for more tips and tricks and recipes. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.